Three, institutional buyers are buying homes, but it's not what you expect. And state of the market. Let's get moving. All right, real quick. Atlas Atlas Van Lyne's migration pattern study. Now, this is just their numbers, right? Just to qualify, it's just their numbers. It's not the census. It's not MLS. It's not NAR. This is from Atlas Van Lines, ACE Relocation Systems. Now, I did reload. We're going to look at this real quick, but stay tuned, okay? This is it's fairly important. It's not the last couple of years. California got hit pretty bad, but now it's on par, and we'll go into that. So 2023 top inbound states: Maine, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Montana, Washington, Arkansas, Florida, New Mexico, Washington, D.C. It's totally not what you think, right? Everybody's saying, oh, Florida, 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 but you know what? It's the 7th most popular place. And we're going to go into that in a minute. Outbound states. Look, there's no California. It seems like California is kind of balanced out. So Illinois, Pennsylvania, Louisiana, Minnesota, Indiana, Oregon, Iowa, Mississippi, New York, and Ohio. Those are the outbound states. Here's a picture of the migration pattern. Red is outbound, blue is inbound, and gray is balanced. Kind of does tell a story, but I mean, look, there's New Hampshire, Maine, Nova Scotia. Okay, and then top international inbound countries. Inbound, Japan. Wait. Outbound, Japan. Something's wrong there. South Korea, Germany, United Kingdom, Bahrain, Australia, Canada, Kuwait, India, and Jordan. Top international outbound countries: Japan, South Korea. That doesn't make sense. Boy, I tell you what. Kuwait, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Puerto Rico, but that's not international. Puerto Rico is, I guess. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. Here's that picture again with all the top blue states there, all the top northern states. Seems like people are moving out of them. Manitoba, my home province, is balanced. California is balanced as well. People like to move into Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, Texas, New Mexico, North Carolina, but also Montana, Big Sky, and Washington. And all these words. Well, that's Newfoundland, I think. No, that's Newfoundland. I don't know. Okay, so let's take a quick look here at California. The last 2 years have been rather balanced. The 21 and 2020, people moved out, but for the most part, it's been balanced. Now, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, they're all states that people are moving away from. Alabama seems like everybody seems to be wanting to go to Alabama. I have a stepbrother that lives there. In Idaho, I get that. Louisiana, very poor state. Minnesota. And no matter your politics, these are just pure numbers, right? Again, don't forget, this is what this company is reporting. Seems like everybody wanted to get out of Manitoba simply because it was bloody cold there. So there you go. What are your thoughts? Oh, yeah. There's a link inside my blog to watch this. These are all the RDWTFs that I post on Facebook every day. People send them to me. These are not my pictures. I enjoy watching them and the comments, and I love the fact that people like to send me some of these pictures. I think it's a fantastic way to keep people reminded that I'm in real estate, but it's also fun, and it's enjoyable to see people Come up with some imaginative, weird, different thing. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Like this OSHA violation right here. It's crazy. It's just fun to watch. So take the time to watch it real quick. Shut that off. Real quick. If you're suspecting, if you have a little spidey sense, a little raised hair on the back of your head, thinking that you might have to take a look at your title, make sure that you still own it, let me know. Guys, take a look at this, please. Home prices are up here. Okay, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. Little teaser. And this chart illustrates institutional home buyers are currently most active. The reason why I'm bringing this up is mostly because I want people to understand that it's not as bad as what the news and the press reports. Now, a couple days ago, maybe last week, I reported that there's a legislature being pushed through Congress to halt or disallow institutional buyers from purchasing property, right? And some of the reports were upwards of 44%. Now, it says last week, former MMA fighter Jake Shield tweeted out that 44% of single-family home purchases in the year were made by private equity firms. Neither are those professional outlets actually cited 44% figure. Those numbers are not as crazy as you think. It might be 44% in one metropolitan area, but I don't know. It's not. So just make sure you understand that. Now, you take a look at this, and Progress Residential by far is the biggest culprit of the top 21. And to be an institutional investor, you have to have at least 1,000 single-family homes, right? Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is twofold. I'm not here to give you an opinion. I'm here to spout facts. I'm just giving you facts of things that I find that are interesting that revolve around living in Silicon Valley and real estate, mostly because I want this data to be presented to you in a neutral light, as media should be, as news should be reported, right? I do have opinions on things, but I'm never going to let you know one way or another. And I will tell you which way an article leans if it does make sense. If it's highly politicized, I probably won't ever send it to you or show it to you, simply because I think it's heated, it's not factual, where it has numbers like this, Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the state of the market snapshot for December 12, 2023. We have 137 40 days on market. We have, of those, 109 have been on market 101 days, but that's all Santa Clara. The 10 state counties that we look at, we have 67 bank-owned properties. That's 10 counties, 6.5 houses per county, which is not a lot. REOs, all of California, is 168. Now, that's not every MLS. It's every MLS that I have access to. San Jose, we have 184 homes on market right now. That's a huge drop from 212. It's mostly because we're going into Christmas week and nobody's going to go home shopping because they're all busy doing last-minute gift buying for their family. The actual MLS feed is 158. I don't know why there's a disparity, but that's because our MLS is more accurate than Realtor.com, Zillow, what have you. So last week we had a whopping 43. The average year to date so far is 61 closes per week. Now, this is the last week. This is the second to last week reporting. Next week, we'll have final numbers, and I'll show you something in a minute. So just make sure you hang on a second, because I have some charts I want to show you to help visualize this. Average list price, 1.5. Average sales price, 1.527. So it's going up by 2.43% on average, and 2.8 year to date. Last year, we were 106% year to date. And our highest this week, I showed you yesterday, is 136.6%. And our lowest was 78. And that one's the other one, the actual lowest from yesterday's report was dropped off because I don't know why. 100%, 55%, 56% of those 73 closes, 43 closes that we had were over list price. And if you ask nicely, oh geez. If you ask, great. If you ask nicely, I'll show you where it is. Last year's days on market were 22. This year's 16. On average, we're hovering about 20. Pendings were 54. List price decrease cumulative is 44. Back on market is 20. Cancellations are All right, well, that's it. Today we talked about where people are moving, institutional home buyers, and the market. I want to show you something else, but I can't. It's blocked up, so I'll be sending out detailed charts, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.